Gabriel Jesus is one of those people that are going to hate to really get fired up for the side of Arsenal as they face PSV, and he's really ready to get in to really put up the vibe. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. Hope you guys are really having a fantastic morning, and we are here to record this video to bring it to you as you guys deserve it. Now, today is really one of those days we're going to discuss lots of things concerning Arsenal. We are talking Xavi, talking about Gundogan Cancelo. We are talking about Frankie de Jong. And lastly, we are going to discuss about John Terry trying to obviously save the club of Chelsea. Now, smash the like button close to 300 or 400 times. Continue to subscribe because we want to hit 18,000 subscribers before the end of this month. So guys, continue to do that, because by doing so, you'll be obviously supporting this channel and giving us the best that we deserve onto this channel. Now, let's start it off with Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus was the player sat next to Mikel Arteta as he really went ahead to obviously get us to the levels that we deserve to be as a club of, the levels Arsenal deserve to be as they return back to the Champions League. And I've already brought you in the live stream session what Arteta really had to say on the day. Now, what did Gabriel Jesus have to say, and what did we have to obviously get to know about him? He told us that he was asked on the excitement among the players to be in the Champions League. He said yesterday some of them were joking in the gym, putting the USL music on. A club like Arsenal cannot stay without playing this competition. So Gabriel Jesus and his fellow players at Arsenal are really geared up ahead of this encounter of PSV, and Gabriel Jesus himself knows exactly what it means, because if you are to obviously matter in the land of football, you need to be playing into this competition, because it really sets what we call the grand stage to obviously showcase your goods. And the moment you obviously put yourself to that level, then you'll obviously become one of the best. And I think it's really great to see it that he's back to playing the Champions League, because he was playing the Champions League every season. He was at Man City and at Arsenal. He has just been here for one season and obviously went ahead to obviously offer Arsenal the best they deserve as a team. And to my own understanding, nothing has ever gone bad for Arsenal when this guy is on the field of play, unless otherwise he scores or creates chances or creates a secondary assist, and the defenders fail to really defend very well. And I think that today he's really going to start. If at all you watched my match preview, I really showed you that he's obviously one of those players that I think are going to start, because Arsenal has only 4 players that really have some huge Champions League experience, in Zinchenko, in Kai Havertz, Jorginho, and lastly a player known as Gabriel Jesus that we're talking about right about now. So to my own understanding, nothing is going to stop this man from obviously getting the best out of this game. And I think he's obviously going to be fired up, because he has gone ahead and really said that every trophy is up to win, and he calls in for the club like Arsenal to obviously go ahead and obviously win everything that really happens. All is thrown into their face. That is a man known as Gabriel Jesus coming in through to obviously talk about the Arsenal side. But the excitement of the players, it's obviously anticipated, because this Arsenal squad is young, and I think it's going to be one of the younger squads into the league, because when you look at players and their age, they're really great. Aaron Ramsdale 24-25, Zinchenko 26, Benny White is 25, Saliba is 22, Gabriel Magalhaes is 26, Declan Rice is 24, Odegaard is 24-25, Kai Havertz is 24, Bukayo Saka is 22, Martinelli is 22, and Jesus is 26 years of age, 27 years of age. So it shows you how huge this is obviously going to go, and obviously take them to the next level where they deserve to be, like a club of Arsenal, young, and that brings that excitement. That is it, because if I've seen the likes of Casemiro getting excited that Varane's are going to hate to play in the Champions League for a decade plus, what about these players of Arsenal that are not going to hate to play in the Champions League or kick a ball in the Champions League in the entirety of their career? They have to be excited. That's why that music was played into the gym of the club, so to it that they obviously take on the best they deserve as a team. So to my own understanding, it's obviously great to obviously get where they're supposed to be, and the excitement is real, and they should really get excited. And what Jesus has gone ahead to call in for, that excitement should be turned into a win tomorrow, and obviously continue with the party that After 7 years when Arsenal has not been playing the Champions League, they've gone ahead to record another huge success that has taken them to the next level. And then Joses on if Arsenal can win the Champions League. Asked, he said, all the competitions, all the trophies, we got to win. Champions League is the same. If we think the opposite, we are wrong because we are playing for Arsenal. That is it. So this is the guy who brought a mentality at Arsenal. And I told you, I think, was it Monday last week when I brought you a story? I think it was Friday when Arteta came out and really said Gabriel Jesus was the player responsible for the change of mentality. Arsenal was really vying to qualify for the Champions League. Jesus came in through and told them, I'm not here to qualify for the Champions League. I'm here to win the Premier League and every tournament that we are into. And then they talk on that mantle that they can win and obviously change the mentality of those players of Arsenal. And they nearly won the league, but because they really lacked depth in squad, they obviously saw themselves really implode or capitulate at the end of the season. But obviously it was all about his view. So Arsenal winning the Champions League, I think it's possible. They can win the Champions League because they have a squad. It's all about them going through from the group stages and make some additions at the right transfer window and see where they are going to be as a club of Arsenal. So that is it. Coming in from Gabriel Jesus, fired up for the game of PSV and is ready to obviously see to it that his team obviously gets to where it deserves to be. Then we are having another story coming in from Xavi after his team thumping, is it Twantep from Belgium. He has said Gundogan and Cancelo come from a coach who we already know how well he plays football, which is Guardiola. It's a pleasure to see them play. You don't have to say anything about Gundogan. He knows how to do everything, and João Cancelo does the same thing. That is Xavi for you. And Xavi is really one of those players that are going to hit, obviously, to become some good managers. Ex-player of Barcelona and trying to obviously impose his style of play at Barcelona. Gundogan and Cancelo, players coming in from Man City, going into the side of Barcelona. It's really a very good addition that every manager would like to have, especially in a situation where he was that he couldn't buy those players with money. Because if at all Gundogan was bought by money, £30 million had to drop down from the pocket of Barcelona to the pocket of Man City. Cancelo is worth like £40 million. They couldn't sign a player like Cancelo. All they had to do was to see to it that player gets there on a loan. So, to my own understanding, things are going to obviously go the best way for Barcelona. And those additions bring in experience for the Champions League and the league, because these players have a very huge winning mentality that the side of Barcelona has been lacking. And that's a very huge addition to the side of Barcelona. They're obviously going to take them to the next level where they deserve to be. And even Frankie de Jong has gone ahead and obviously thrown in a very good hail to João Cancelo and his quality has gone ahead to bring into Barcelona today. And they said João Cancelo is more than a fullback. He joins the midfield too. He has a lot of qualities and that helps us a lot. So it shows you exactly that players are appreciating this quality. And every time you play with a player of quality alongside you, things really change and obviously get you to where they deserve to be, and they come in a very good way. So I really believe that Barcelona is really now a different team altogether, because they're having a player in the names of João Cancelo who can provide an outlet on the right back. He's good, especially in the offensive part. And if I look at the style of play of Barcelona, they've been lacking that player ever since Dani Alves really left. And I think he can come out through and obviously replicate what Dani Alves went in through to leave at the club of Arsenal. And to my own understanding, it's obviously one of the great things, the club of Barcelona, that is really a very good doing to that side. And now, let's sign out with a story coming in from John Terry. And it's Matlow, a credible journalist, tier one journalist coming in from England. He works for The Telegraph. He has gone ahead to say that John Terry is part of the group that are among those exploring the prospect of buying a stake in Chelsea, with co-controlling owner Toddy Boyle open to new investment. Terry's group is one of a number of potential investors in Chelsea. That is John Terry in there for you and coming in through to save Chelsea. And I think that's good for business, but I don't know whether John Terry is really thinking that he's really going to have a say at Chelsea. If at all I'm John Terry, I would have gone ahead and really bought up my other team and then started up slowly by slowly to it that really save myself from the Chelsea saga, because investing in Chelsea as a fan of Chelsea, supporter, former player, legend of the club is really great. But ask yourself, why hasn't David Beckham pushed for Manchester United? You know, because would have gone ahead to obviously push it with other people who will have money and come to the takeover, because right now David Beckham would have gone ahead to really be one of the sounding people, but he has not gone ahead to do it because he believes he can buy a different club altogether like Inter Miami and really it take him to where he deserves to be as a player. So let's hope that for John Terry it works well out for him, but I think Chelsea is not yet where it deserves to be, having spent 1 billion in a space of 1 year, and they've not gone ahead to obviously score goals in very many games, and that is really touching. And you look at their position, it's really very, very weird. So what's your thoughts about Gabriel Jesus? Fired up for the PSV encounter that's going to be played today at the Emirates, and what's your prediction in the comment section below? What do you make about Xavi hailing Cancelo and Gundogan, plus De Jong giving us the qualities that Cancelo adds to the side of Barcelona? And lastly, what do you make about John Terry wanting to become a shareholder in the club of Chelsea? Good morning. May the Almighty Lord bless you and really see your endeavors come to pass. And the Muslims, may Allah also see your endeavors come to pass. I'm out.